All we do is we wage wars for this to protect us, to save the world, and look what we do to the world. Look what we do to the world, and people wonder why it goes on. People wonder why it just never stops. No matter what we do, the wars never stop. And the reason it doesn't stop is this, because of the human harvest that happens in the war. We saw all this exposed by George Webb. Who looked at George Webb's work on YouTube? The expose he did of the Clinton emails. He did some great work with that, but you've got to watch what George does as well, because George is Mossad. George has really funneled all the attention away from Israel and what's going on there. And he's put it all on the Clinton Foundation and DynCorp and these Aswan brothers or something. It's all misdirection. I mean, a lot of it is true, but a lot of it is misdirection as well. Something he doesn't talk about is this bit here. What's going on with the Palantir software. But most of the wars are run because of the human trafficking that you get from wars. That's why we never see anything about it. I think some people touched on that today. You had a speaker earlier talking about 5G and another speaker talking about the global pedophile ring, I think. And this global pedophile ring is real. It's totally real, and everybody is involved in it. We saw with Jimmy Savile, you know, how many people are involved in it, the Royals, everybody. There's so many high-level people that are involved in this. And the brownstone operations is how they get people. This is why we never get anywhere. You know, when we're trying to prosecute people, if you had a problem with a politician here and you try to prosecute them and get any real justice for them, you find that the judges and the heads of the police and the heads of all these major key points are all compromised because they've all been compromised in brownstone situations. It's really easy to do this to people. You know, we live in a very sexually repressed society. We do. It's all very prim and proper. You can't think dirty thoughts, you can't do this, you can't do that. And so it's very, very easy to trap people with sexuality, trap them into, you know, go and get them drunk, get a young prostitute who's underage, film them with them, and that's it, you've got them. Then they're in your pocket, they'll do anything you want. And the first thing you get them to do is to get the high-level people down the chain and start compromising them. So you end up, everybody's compromised, so we never get anywhere. It's really important to understand this. And when we're looking at the world, what do we get from the world? We don't get any of this. We don't get any of this stuff addressed. All we get is war rhetoric. We really do. We've got to think about all of this stuff and think about how we're being played. Because like Orwell said, the war is not meant to be won, it's meant to be continuous. It's always meant to be continuous. And like I said, what it's about really is a human harvest. The human harvest that's coming out of these wars is absolutely phenomenal, it really is. Just in Syria, 15,000 children in 6 years. 15,000 kids have had their organs harvested in Syria in the last 15 years. Because you think about it, you go into a war zone, you go into Syria, and there's a village there. You're going to bomb this village and take over the country. You want to secure the village. Well, what are you going to do with the people? Obviously, the men may be a threat, so you grab them, you send them off to work in work camps, salt mines, whatever. If they won't work, kill them, harvest their organs. You get the women, you take them, you put them in these brothels to run all the mines and all that sort of stuff. If you know, they set them up as sewing houses and seamstress houses, but they're just brothels. And if they won't work, well, you harvest their organs. Once they're burnt out, harvest their organs. Get the kids, they sell them to rich Arabs or send them down to Haiti to be processed and sent up to pedophiles in the United States or Europe or whatever. It's a resource, it's a valuable resource. People are the first resource in war. That's what they do. This is a Syrian kid, found in a dumpster. And it's just, you know, it's rampant. This is Malaysian kids. And this is why. This is why. You look at the value of all this. Look at the value. Your kidneys, $262,000 for your kidneys. Well, I'm going to kill you if I can harvest your kidneys. I can get 262 grand for your kidneys, 200 grand for your lungs, 157 grand for your liver, 119K for your heart. Your corneas in your eyes, $15,000. That's not bad. That's not a bad profit. Your bone marrow, $23,000 a gram for your bone marrow. And I can harvest that from you 2 weeks after you're dead. That's pretty good. That's about $43 million for a healthy person. Why are all the wars in the Middle East? They don't drink. Good healthy organs in the Middle East. No alcohol in the Middle East. Good source of healthy organs for the United States, for European aristocracy and all this sort of stuff. How many people have bone marrow transplants? Where's all the bone marrow come from? It comes from war zones. This is why the wars are meant to be continuous. That's what they do. Wars are meant to be continuous. Never forget. In the 20th century,